Hi everybody, it's Jess, your go-to Street Fighter bestie, and we're here. I believe this is the final World of Street Woman Fighter choreography breakdown that I will probably do for the season, which is really bittersweet, right? We've come such a long way together, but I still have the episode to take a look at here soon, which I'm going to sit and enjoy along with you guys. This is the crew identity mission. I'm assuming this is probably the last mission that they did before the announcement of who won. So we're gonna take a watch, we're gonna enjoy it and celebrate these women. I'm ready, I hope you are. Let's go.
In this very moment, we don't break, we bite. Born for the dark, we live for the fight. Blood, sweat, and tears, yeah, we paid the price. But tonight's the night, we change our lives. Ojo, oh no, motive's too slow. Watching choke while we steal the show. We don't fall, we don't break, we don't run. 3 teams, 1 stage, you know we've won. AG Squad!
Okay. Hey. Hey. Come on now. Come on now. Cool. So I am curious as to how much of a say these teams got into these crew identity tracks, because out of all the seasons, I don't know if you guys feel this way, it does give the impression that our teams got literally not even a fraction of the amount of choice, freedom of choice in their tracks, like what we got in former seasons, especially in the final missions. Because the JYP mission, that was a track selected already. The Hub remix songs of the first like OST mission situation, those were chosen. These look like remixed by the Hub. Now the Hub, you know, probably get to know the girls and get to know like what their isms are, what their sound preferences are, but it's still a track that they didn't get to choose. It just gives impression wise. Like, was AG Squad in the booth, you know, mixing it with them? I'm going to assume no. So that's my hiccup in all this. Is this really a true crew identity mission when the crew doesn't have that freedom of music? And musicality can be such a determining factor at times to one's intimacy with one's track. That would be my hang up if I was in their position, but also I'm not in their position, so it could have been mighty fine for them. But that's just something to keep in mind, is that if this comes across a bit underwhelming, which it kind of did and it kind of didn't, where it gave AG Squad. They were full out. It was awesome. Getting to appreciate them. But it didn't feel as AG Squad. It didn't give that impression of AG Squad on AG Squad's terms. They were mouthing somebody else's vocals, right? It was cool. It was intense. But it was fit under the Hub's narrative of what they believe AG Squad is, not AG Squad themselves. I think it's that. Because even the crew tracks, we've had many things to say about those. Not with AG Squad specifically, but that's going to be my big, hot, medium, small take, cold take about this finals. we're at least able to take. I wonder if Mnet's trying to capitalize on as much of the music as possible, and so they probably have a contract with Hub where they get, they can get money and revenue and all this off of the show, and not it's that's hard because it's like my brain is struggling honestly on the logistics side because we're using the ladies to help make everybody else more money. Yeah, they're getting exposure, but we don't get to see AG Squad dance the AG Squad stuff. I mean, we saw it from the Mega Crew mission, and that's about it. It's really the only time that we saw any of our crews get to use their own tracks that work for them. Every other time the songs have been given to them in battles and in every choreography mission. And so for it being the very last mission of the whole show, I think it would have been cool for all of our teams to be given tracks or for them to be able to pick their own tracks. But it is what it is. You have this AAG squad, so I really love the camo and purple. It's such a nice, intense vibe. It's really cool. I do appreciate that it's not the same crew song that we have been hearing throughout the season, because then it would just be a repeat of what we've already seen. So it's nice to be able to see this, but also it's just extra work for AG Squad to have to make more choreo. So the subtlety there is fine. The uppercut on the back, not even uppercut, but the accent was really nice and full. The punches were cool, punch, 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 which is nice. Da 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 da. So I really like the accents out of it. She takes it over, nice fullness. A lot of these types of attacks are bites, right? I really appreciate that. It helps us be able to hear that ta ta in the music quite well. So the open is really cool. Taking it out, sending it over. Come on, charisma, love it. And so we have an isolated. I'm going to give that more of a strobing effect. So travel it down. She said, "Come here." So we hit it through, out and in and up and down and definitely what we saw in Raiden, right? All that. Add it on. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Love that. And then we have this moment there, which is cool. Little pose moment. Really nice. And they said, "We are going to show you what we can do very well." With the hips. Come on with the twerk. Guys, it's so, like, the art of it. It's where your weight goes, where you isolate. There is so much that goes into being able to twerk properly. So I always come in when we can see it properly done, and you see it's not imbalanced either. It's not one person killing it. Everybody who's choosing to do it is doing a great job. Accent it down, which is cool, and they end up taking it, doing a little matrix move with the slide in of the foot, taking the arm, also catering to that, and then take the arm out and out with the switch off on the feet. It looks like that is AG Squad's Familia. Come on, little moment there. She travels it around. You better toss it. Come on now. They're like, "Let's go." And I like that. Now they're making it rain. Confetti money. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Which is cool. It is giving American dollar energy, which I find interesting. It is what it is. I don't know what the Australian currency looks like. See, now I gotta go look. Okay, Australian dollar looks low-key fire, not gonna lie, it's dope. But yeah, those are American dollars, which I find, I mean, live your life. The switch off of the scissors is cool to consolidate and bring in the group. The tosses are nice. The pull in is really nice on the trays. Then it goes back into an add-on. Come on, full out with the hinge around, and then it looks like everybody is taking their upper bodies and they are isolating it, interrupting it to help match Kaya with her arm up, which is really nice. I like that it's ending on her. And then there's your ride-in moment, right? Class rank mission, middle class, baby. Let's go with the fun finish. Really, really, really dope. Love it. Love the smiles of admiration. Oh, so cute. We love it. AG Squad, fan-freaking-tastic work on the entirety of the show. Wow, wow, wow. All right, next up, we have Motive Crew. Ready. What's your motive? Come on now. Hey. Hey. Yeah, knock it. Yep. Yep. Hey, cool. You understand how clean lines work. So nice. Come on now. Speed change it. That tied into the hidden section of that Apple commercial mission. I like that. Hey. Yeah, knock it. Come on now. Yeah. Hey, that was dope. Cool stuff. Yeah, these tracks, I'm trying to think. From the crew themes to these, I would say I do prefer AG Squad's and Motive's new tracks compared to the older ones. But also, the Hub's got time spent with how these teams have operated, so I think they were able to make better educated guesses on what kind of timbres and tonal colors resonated with them. I'm not going to discredit that effort. Like, that's very commendable that we have songs that have a sense of relatability to it. My point that I made, specifically with AG Squads, to just in general for the finals, of the freedom of song selection, that's just a logistic, wishful thinking, not a, it's not targeted to Hub or anything like that. So it's just, man, these are really cool though nonetheless. Like, we still get to see the color of the crew. The melt out of that's cool. Speed change looks great. So we have it from the columns. We end up sending it out, which is really cool. We ball change it, boom, boom. And we knock with the elbow. They're like, Motive, you better pop it off. Let's go. The claps are nice. We present the arms to the side. Come on with the chest to build it up. The toss around's really nice. Then we have the head snaking it subtly to the side. And then we end up doing it twice. It ties into whenever we see them do it in the original crew one. I think that's what we're picking up on there. They take it over, sit it out with a kick out, and then we bring it down to a little Z sit. And I like the switch off where they're taking that front leg, placing their weight on the knee to rotate the calf and the foot back in order to have it reset. It was really cool. She gets prepped up. Come on now. Look at that. Look at the form. Gosh, super dope. That's a really cool stylized hollow back into a kip up. So clean. The little crisscrosses are really nice. I love that. And then they end up switching it off, getting us with the runs. They hit, in, down, up, down, which is really nice on the rocks. Yep, and then we end up switching up positioning, and then we melt out of it. We hit it, ding, and then we take it. Nice combativeness with our arms. I really like the subtlety with the, not stiffness in posture, but it is intentional that we are resisting a groove there so we can have subtlety with our head on that. Super cool. Come on with the head ISO, teeter it to the side, using the run as a little trot to get us rotating, but also take the formation as a whole around. So it's two things happening at the same time, but still maintaining shape. It's really cool. So they finish up the box step, so they knock it, boom, set it down, come on, melt from the stage left to stage right side. To hit it high, low, boom, boom. They really like the bases on that as well. Come on, breath. And different breaths in play. Some of us are using our shoulders, some using full-on chest. It comes from the position that they're in. Love this little Bella feature. The stack, it's really nice. The hit it, come on with the trace down, turn. Hit it, send the arm back, bringing it through. I like the placement of our upper body there, sending it out, placing it to the front. Then we build it up. A lot of breath on that. It's cool, and I like that they were emulating it throughout the entirety of those phrases. They send it over, hit, da-da-da. That whole footwork section is super dope. I really love the phrasing on that. It helps us hear and resonate with that part of the music quite well. The tosses are nice. the fullness of creating this openness in the chest to make that level super drastic, but still very full and filling. Then we have our head knock with the, not really knocking, but we have it in place with an ISO in check with it. It's cool. Then we have the different levels, doom, 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 a lot of contrast in that upper body. Then come on now with the subtlety. This little sway, a lot of times you can see a pepper seed in play on that, but it's really not even, wouldn't go so far as to call it that. It's just subtlety in our shoulders to help make it super fun. More so it's like think of it like an outlaw and a pepper seed come together. It gives that vibe. It's cool. And they end up punching, traveling it down, and I like that we consolidate it to a column, and I love the speed change on this. This reminds me of that hidden section, that motive 1. Super cool. There, really nice. They open it up. Come on now. Oh, I love her smile. So fun, right? So we end up sending it low, mid, high. Come on now. And we end up traveling it down. And then we go bass, bass, bass. They're like, come on now, placating to our audience. Point to the camera, to the front. They're like, yes, we cheer. They're sending it high to low. We end up tossing, come on, Fontaine. And we end up taking it to a little heel twist, a little tone wop twist out of it. The knock is cool. Love the elbow combativeness of that. They have a oh, that's nice to travel from one side to another. Very nice, charismatic in our poses. Travel it through. I like the toss up of the arms. V-step it back, and then the pick up with the feet. So really cool on the transition to get us into this formation. And I really like the full-on twist Fontaine did in center. And they go, what's your motive? They take it, bring it up, and then we take it, we go travel, and we're talking, or we're tapping it, figure it out, like, yo, use your brain, let's go. And I really like that we thread through it as well to provide not even an interruption of flow, but a really nice way to continue the flow instead of just padding it. The points are nice, figure it out, pat it, and they go, knock it with the head. Send it out to the outside. Come on, you better patty cake your head. Let's go. That's a fun outro where it's like, okay, instead of partying, we're going to pat the head in syncopation on the doo-doo-dooms while we move from one spot to another. Clock that camera, Logan. We go. She drops it down. Really nice into a fun finish. We're here for this, guys. This was super nice. We got those Z sets in play. Man, every single time we have seen Logan be integrated in choreography with breaking, whether it's through her top rocks, through her freezes, through her power moves, through the uses of her mills, Zulu spins, what have you, her sweeps. All of it's been so tasteful and it's been different. And that is something that I can very confidently say that is a huge commendable thing that I want to extend a motive to Logan specifically. But the fact that motive made it to finals, that was a huge surprise to me because of the type of crew they are going into the show and using educated guesses from every other season of this franchise. They were not a huge contender for a final. So the fact that we got to see them here is the biggest applause in and of itself, and they should be so proud. Everyone should be proud of these women, and I just love the fact that we got to see more of them properly showcased here. Woo freaking who! And finally, we have Ojo Gang. Here we go. Hey. Cool. Nice. Yep. The light feet partnering section. Come on, jacketography. What? Hey! Gang Spirit Queen's move. the fun finish. Love, love, love. Aw. Sweet. Cool. So, if we're going, like, just the fact Ojo Gang's in finals is the biggest FU to Mnet I think we have had the privilege of experiencing outside of Mugan from Stage Fighter leaving the show when he did. You know what I mean? Like, man, just the fact they're here is huge. And the fact they have such a huge following of how competitive they ended up becoming because of Mnet doing what they did. Now, some people may be like, that was Mnet's fullest intention. I have a huge amount of confidence when I say this, that Ojo Gang was not supposed to be a crew considered for finals from the jump whatsoever. No. At all. So, I really love the fact that we have Ojo Gang here, for real. just from knowing what we all know from the diving on the Reddit side, from other information and things, of just the fact that Mnet could not control the power that Ojo Gang had on the fan base side to where they couldn't do anything to get rid of him. God, I love that so much. Okay, here we go. Let's talk about it. Now, Ojo Gang, I would say they're the least cohesive as a team compared to all three teams, but it checks out to the type of people that are on the team. Like, AG Squad was able to integrate pretty well because you had a lot of request members coming in, and how they were able to work together was really cool. That bridge, these girls are all really good in completely different fields within the dance industry, which is really hard to get people on the same page on, right? You have those that are super, super fluent in battles, and there's some super fluent in choreography, and some super fluent in choreography in very different circuits, right? So having them all come together, it's very commendable, the fact that they subjected themselves to that type of growth, because they didn't have to, right? So I think that's really cool that we got to see that. With Motive, most of them were affiliated on a team already, or they've had crew choreography experience, even though they're known as heavy battlers, right? I would say Logan's a great example of this. So are they still unrefined? In comparison to AG and Motive, yes, but the growth is still something so commendable nonetheless, though, right? And the fact that they didn't have a huge following at the beginning of the show and then it's completely flip-flopped by the end, a part of it will come from, who is on Ojo Gang. The part of it comes from the hiccups that Mnet did that prompted a lot of conversation that helped spark and push more of a curiosity within the team too. So it's a lot of that. So I like the setup. I love the head rotation around's really cool, and the bounce right there, or the accent with the foot is cool. This beginning's super sick. 5, 6, they drop it low to high, they bring it up, and I really love that Minami is keeping that neon green hair. Of course, the fact that they had to color it every week, even though she doesn't have a lot of hair to work with, it's still a tedious thing to do every single week on top of the schedule. It's crazy, right? The accent up, traveling it down. We accent send it through. Do-do-do-do. We don't see a lot of groove coming from Minami. I find it very interesting how she has a complete lack of chest utilization. I'm curious as to why, because it's not like she's incapable of it. It's quite the opposite. So it's just a lot of that. Could it be just sheer fatigue in the body? All of our teams, their bodies are just on the autopilot of what they're familiar with because of just the density of the workload. Yes. No, I'm not saying that routines or crews shouldn't do 3 competitive, performances in one show. That's not my point. It's the amount of time to prep for those things was something not ideal for them, on top of prior to making finals, that workload, and how we never really got a rest from it. We got like a day, right? But even then it was documented. So there's just a lot of those logistics. A little crisscross is fun. The clap is nice. And I really like that we incorporated more of the boom bop kind of sound to recognize with Kyoko on that. Rotation around through. I like the knee slide out of it too. Come on now. I really like how she rolls back and helps prep her hips up to make it a fun pose moment there. Come on, Minami. She opens it up. Travel it through. Let's go. A little Dougie energy, which is fun. They send it over, which is nice. Come on with the kick with the buki. I'm always thinking about her shoulder. I know her shoulder has probably gotten worse while being on the show. That was my biggest fear when I knew that she was going to be on the show, and I know she has a video out about that. I'm going to probably tune in and watch it alongside. I know Waxing Tricks have released some stuff that I haven't watched yet that I will be looking at. Whether or not that goes on YouTube, it'll be on Patreon for sure. So just keep that in mind. I don't know if it'll go on YouTube though. The toss around, I like the wave on that. It's fun. I like the hit there with the tic-tac-toes into a tone wop twist out of it too, which is cool. I love the little patty cake moment, the little wicka wicka. And then we end up having some jacketography, which is fun. They do a little kick, a little side, not even a full sidewalk, but I do like the kick out of it too. They end up going boom, boom, I like the head nod out of it. And we end up presenting from side to side. I love the lower body send-off that you saw from Minami and Kyoko. That was really cool. Juna has her moment there in the center. It also, could it be because of the saturation of the green in the space? We are seeing a lot more audience shots on Ojo's compared to the other two teams. My preference is we can see the audience later. We, as an audience virtually, would love to not see the audience while the people are performing. Like, that would be cool to release a reaction cam later on. That's what they do for mamas or award shows with other idols, watching idols perform, which is cool. But I don't want to see that while I'm watching the group. I want to appreciate the group, and then we can see them have their reaction. But I know I could be on the minority for that. That's okay. That's just my preference. As somebody who does choreography breakdowns, oh, look, they're giving everything. They're like, yes! Fun. And I love this here. I like how they present it out. Are you ready? I'm ready. Come on. She said, let's go. Love it. And I love that we have the jackets getting flown. Come on. Are whacking. The claps are nice. And there were some people where Mnet was building this narrative that other crews were like, oh, they're only going to do whacking. I mean, that would be the same thing as us saying, oh, Moto's going to do hip-hop. Oh, AG's going to do dance hall, or they're going to do Afro. Like, let them do what they're good at. I mean, then they're going to be subjected to having to innovate it or vary it or make it something that matches. Like, if it matches the point of the mission, sure, you can do that. Go for it. I highly commend you doing it because I want you to operate at your best while doing something, right? So I know that most of the time, the crews aren't really thinking like that. It's just how Mnet perceived it. And once again, when I talk about Mnet I'm not talking about it as a whole. I'm talking about like the individual people who probably were told by certain production or staff members to phrase things in certain ways. It's not a company problem. It's a people problem in the company. Keep that in mind. It's just been a common trend. Anyway, the overheads are nice. And I really like how she presses forward. It does remind you a lot of Kaya's section that she did with her team whenever she was descending through. So I really love that moment. Come on with the kick. She goes, wapa. And then I love the gimme five. We cross, uncross it. And then we got your members facing back. They said AG squad. Come on, body roll, bridge, recover. And then we set it up. Really nice. Love the popping moment coming from Uwa there. The little rings in her braids is really cool. I love that. And then you have all of their poses or photos in the back with the shattering is really nice. And the travel up is cool. The ponies into an add-on is nice. I mean, their torsos, they have the extremities in check, meaning that their arms and their legs are in the right frame of timing, but it's the torsos don't look as authentic to each other. That really, once again, chalks it up to they've only had this amount of time on the show with completely different backgrounds to work with. That's something, it is what it is. And that's okay, right? They hit it high-low. They send it off. I love the salutes. And then we had Juna in the center. We travel it around. Come on now. Little, what is it? This is the WAP. Little WAP energy. We toss it. We hit it. We send it down with a subtle raise up. And then our ending fairies are Kyoka and Ibuki here, as if I'm remembering correctly. Cool. Yeah. Fun finish. We love it. Cool. And both of them are my age, which makes it even more fun. So, yeah. This officially concludes our World of Street Woman Fighter YouTube side, I think, maybe. With the show specifically. Will there be like outtakes and stuff that we look at? Maybe. There's always that chance, but I'm not going to guarantee that. But I'm very appreciative of us getting to celebrate these women and getting to commend them on a job well done. I'm hopeful that all of them were able to experience some growth, and unfortunately I know some of them had to grow in ways that I wouldn't have recommended, but it's just what happens when you're on an Mnet show. And I'm hopeful that people over time can just be a little bit more human and seeing people as human and not as objects to idolize over, or to hold them to this unrealistic standard, because we have to remember, yes, they're on a show, but they're not celebrities. They never asked to be celebrities. That's not the life they live. They're dancers in the industry this is a job, right? So just like idols, it's a job for them, but they sign up for a celebrity gig. Being dancers on a show, that's not what they asked for. So I hope that we're able to treat them just like we treat celebrities. I mean, treat them with respect, like they're human at the end of the day, and that's what we want to celebrate. I will be reviewing the episode once it releases on the streaming platform I look at. I already know who wins, but I'm not going to say it here just in case somebody wants to not know until after they watch these. But we are proud. We celebrate everybody. And whoever won, it's something that it was a victory for the dancers. Whoever took the one, honestly, over most politics, right? So I'm just really happy we got the finals that we did with who we had. I mean, if you replace somebody with somebody else, we just get to celebrate dance, and that's what makes me happy. So you guys know me, I know you. I'm Jess, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.